Um, yeah, I'm here on behalf of the defendant, Jamil Lockhart, and here making a special appearance.
All right. Well, you got to make your special appearance to the Wayne County Jail. I told you that the last time.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping inside the courtroom of Judge Perkins to revisit a familiar name, Jamil of the Lockhart family, a figure who has already built a reputation in previous hearings. The last time we covered this case, it ended with a decisive ruling, 30 days in the Wayne County Jail for clear contempt of court. But instead of complying, Jamil chose to disappear, never turning himself in. Now, fast forward, reality has caught up. An active bench warrant looms over him, disrupting his daily life and even preventing him from obtaining a driver's license. Suddenly, he's ready to cooperate and move the case forward. But there's a major obstacle. Judge Perkins isn't backing down. The court has made it clear. Those 30 days must be served before anything else proceeds. And with that tension set, let's step in and watch how this courtroom confrontation unfolds.
Yeah, so I filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way. But I mean, there's been no response from the city, to this point. I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed to appear.
You failed to appear when your name was called, and instead of stepping forward to answer for yourself, someone else attempted to speak on your behalf, introducing themselves as Jamil of the Lockhart family, a so-called attorney-in-fact for Jamil Lockhart. But let's be clear, that was neither a lawful appearance nor valid representation. You were not present, and the court does not recognize self-appointed titles or unauthorized legal roles in place of a licensed attorney. While that alone raises serious concerns, it's not even the core issue, because what happened next is what truly escalated the situation beyond the line.
And I spoke to you.
You did fail to show up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you're still disobeying. Let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You're still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I said what
I can increase the time if you can take to not be compliant.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the proceedings. May I have a breakout room with this litigant, please, and thank you.
I don't know if he wants to speak to a lawyer, but he can if he needs to. He has that right to do so. You want to speak to the lawyer, Mr. Lockhart, or no?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. There's a reason the saying goes, you can lead someone to water, but you can't make them drink. Moments like this make that painfully clear. No matter how thoroughly the court explains the rules, outlines the process, and lays out a clear path to compliance, some individuals will still look straight at it and choose the exact opposite. At a certain point, it stops being about confusion or misunderstanding and starts to resemble willful ignorance. The guidance is there, the opportunity is there, yet somehow the lesson just never seems to land.
But Miss Harris, what's going to go with Mr. Lockhart? So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's gonna have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still going to have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together, just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial?
He's delayed his rights. He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want to. I'm not even going to entertain it. That ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly, don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain that with it.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him.
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270-some thousand views on it.
Honestly, the attitude he brought into this situation has been impossible to ignore from the very beginning. That level of disrespect set the tone early, and eventually, the court has to draw a firm line. And that's exactly why Judge Perkins' position makes complete sense. Accountability comes first. Serving those 30 days in jail isn't about being excessive. It's about enforcing consequences before the court can even begin addressing what should have been a straightforward issue resolved over a year ago. Instead, a routine matter spiraled into a prolonged situation, and now the weight of those decisions is finally catching up.
Days will give him an opportunity to read up on the law, and so he can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take some. They probably have some legal books there, and we'll hear these matters when you come out. So,
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we not? Okay.
No, it's not on the record because I didn't call the cases. I'm going to continue on. That appears to be Charles Gard.
Yes. Yes.
Your Honor, am I allowed to go back in the breakout room to explain that to Mr. Lockhart? Because he seems to have had a change of heart if the court would allow him to at least.
Maybe he can go turn himself in and you can file an appeal. File something to get him heard before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go do the time. Or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
The contempt proceedings arise out of these, his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself to the Wayne County Jail?
No.
And that right there is the path of least progress. Every time a so-called sovereign citizen believes they're moving closer to victory, they end up derailing themselves, turning what could have been forward momentum into outright self-sabotage. What starts as confidence quickly unravels into confusion, and instead of strengthening their position, they dismantle their own arguments piece by piece. It's like watching someone celebrate progress while everyone else can clearly see they've already fallen several steps behind.
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, join the breakout room.
And that'll conclude it. I still see Mr. Lockhart here. I don't know what else to do. What else you can do for him, Mrs. Harris?
So, Your Honor,
he continues to disobey the court order. Just continues to do so.
Your Honor, I dare not say, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional. Well, I can't
It's
say
not
that.
intentional. Wait a minute.
I don't
So
think,
he's
I'm
not-
gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that has taken place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into this situation.
Yeah, the apology suddenly appears the moment 30 days behind bars starts feeling real. Funny how that timing works. But genuine remorse doesn't show up when consequences are already at your doorstep. It shows up when you take responsibility before you're forced to. If the regret were sincere, the right move would have been to turn yourself in, own the mistake, and face it head-on. Instead, it comes across less like accountability and more like damage control, triggered only when the reality of jail time became impossible to ignore.
And Your Honor, we've had that discussion at length in the breakout room. He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moving. I gave him it's a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. And I'm not moving.
I mean, Your Honor, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
You apologize after you got the 30 days.
Honestly, that's something he should have considered before choosing to act recklessly in court. And let's be clear, his so-called special appearance seemed to take priority over everything else, even real-life responsibilities that should have come first. Because nothing reflects poor judgment more than placing ego above accountability, and then acting surprised when the consequences come crashing down.
I'm not
I
moving.
apologize after the offense was, I don't know when else I would apologize.
It's not. You still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to discuss. We tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before, and I've given you an opportunity at that date to speak with the lawyer. You refused that. You refused all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you had ample opportunity.
You'd have me go to jail.
No, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court he may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of economy in terms of his job if he would have to submit himself to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail.
Why does it seem like every so-called sovereign citizen reacts with visible frustration the moment they're asked to simply state their name? It's striking how quickly perceived confidence can unravel under basic scrutiny. What begins as certainty often shifts into defensiveness, revealing just how fragile that confidence really is. Watching it play out in real time is both revealing and hard to ignore.
I understand that the court is not inclined to choose that.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on the, he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give him an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary, it's just county jail. So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
Yeah, but he hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jameel Lockhart.
So yeah, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court today.
Okay, you want to take we'll take off the warrant, we'll give him a pre-trial date, and then he can go do his 30 days. And he can tell the sheriff in there that what his next court date is, and or somebody can writ him out then. City of Detroit versus Amir Lockhart, case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
So my name is Jameel Lockhart.
What do you think he does for a living? Because right now, it feels less like a legal proceeding and more like a performance, and one that's unfolding on the public's dime. If there's an apology to be made, perhaps it shouldn't be directed at the court alone, but to the taxpayers of Michigan, the very people funding this process. After all, turning a courtroom into a personal stage doesn't just waste time. It undermines the integrity of a system that depends on respect, accountability, and purpose.